Hey, good morning. It's Christy Shell. This morning we're on our third part of the Mindset Mania, and I am so excited to be here with you this morning. It's a beautiful morning. The sun is coming up. It's very chilly out, but we are gonna have a beautiful day. And so today I wanted to talk to you about this mindset piece about focusing on where you put your focus, like what you think about comes about, and to really know that you can decide where to put your focus for the outcomes or the life that you want. Good morning, Rachel. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. I am Christy Shell with Zeal Coaching for Life and Careers. I'm a life, career, and executive and leadership coach. I work with beautiful people from all over the Midwest and to really help them change and improve their lives from the inside out. And so this morning we are talking about this. We're on that third part of our Mindset Mania, and today we're going to talk about where do we focus to have the best outcomes for what we want or for our life to have meaning. And so I really want to invite you to settle in. We're going to be talking about that. Good morning, Kathy. We're going to be talking about that as we move forward in the day and move forward in this time together. So what's interesting is, if you remember, I've defined mindset. The mindset is the idea of what is happening on my inside and how it comes and how that's my emotions and my thinking and those kind of things and how it impacts my outside. And so to really think about that, what is your mindset on different things, and how do we focus that in a way that we want to be successful or that we want meaning, as I said. So today we're talking about focus. And so when we think about focus, is the big misnomer and the big aha of mindfulness is that we can choose our thoughts. Now, this is a surprise to many people. I have a habit of thinking a certain way, and so that's who I am, and that's what I do, and just kind of using that. But in that idea of growth mindset, we can actually choose what we put our focus on, and that actually will change everything about the way that we live and work and are out in the world, and our success factors for sure on every level. So today, it's a strange time in our world, and all of us are feeling a lot of anxiety, okay? And it's real and it's scary. And, what happens though is we can get so caught up in that anxiety and focusing on, the really bad things that are happening in the world, and get very caught up in that. And that starts to eat away with us inside, okay? And we really start to feel it. Good morning, Joyce. How are you? To really think about what am I focusing on, and how is that impacting me? We all are going to be normally very anxious. That is a normal thing. But are we letting it get out of control and really dominate our thinking? Now, here's the piece. You can choose what you think about. You can choose where you put your focus, and it will impact that anxiety on the inside. So when you think about what you're spending the majority of the day thinking about or putting your attention on, how is that impacting your emotions and your anxiety on the inside? Okay. So when we can choose these thoughts, we can choose this thinking, I'm going to start with just the baseline idea that we use a concept called, do you spiral up or do you spiral down? So when events happen, do you go to the positive and think, okay, this issue's happening, what's the possibilities in this issue? Or do we tell the story in a very positive way and we are the hero in the story? Or do we tell the story in a negative way and how we are the victims and how we are we're losing our power and our control, and these things are happening? So right now there are lots of things not in our control, and that is very true. But there are also an equal number of things in your control. And one of these things is your thinking. So are you focusing up? Are you thinking positive? Are you thinking about, how are you settling in and loving on your family and calling friends? And are you using this time to be more of a positive force in the world? or are you getting really caught in the hook of like, devastation, and that just spirals down to depression and more anxiety and hopelessness and all of those things. So the thing is that is like what's real in the world is happening, but are you spending a lot of time thinking about it? Like, are you having the TV on all day? Are you catching the governor speaking at whatever and the president at whatever, and you're absorbing all of that at the same time? So are you letting that in, or are you focusing on all the things that are positive in the world and the things you can do and the places you have control, or are you focusing on the things you don't have any control over? So really to think about which of those is happening. And my biggest key there is to when you start to focus there, it's okay to give it 4 or 5 minutes to educate yourself, or a 15 minutes or a half an hour of a news brief. But then you've got to get back to focusing on what is going to bring you up and let it come in. Oh, Rachel, she's saying, I'm letting it all in. Yeah, any comments you want to give me, please. And the sun's coming up behind me, so hi. But understand that if you're letting it all in, you're just going to keep sinking, okay? You're going to keep going down that spiral into this, basically everything is lost. And not everything is lost. God, or whoever you believe in, is giving us this time to really refocus and focus on what's important for us. So really to think about, where are you putting that attention? Are you going up or are you going down? The next part of like focus is to think about what can I do instead of what I can't do. So a lot of us are like, well, I don't have any control, and there's not enough of this and there's not enough that. And those are important things. But you see, what I think is really interesting to think about what I can do. Like, many people are like, I am going to deliver food to workers. I'm going to make masks because I have sewing ability. I would do that. I don't have sewing ability. I'm not probably going to learn today. So, but what can you focus on? Are you thinking about, I can focus on making my children's day a great day, or I can focus on calling my mom and making her day? What can I do instead of what I can't do? Because we're definitely limited. Like, we can't go to the movie, we can't go shopping, we can't, like, whatever. But what are you focusing on? And when you think about that, what can you do? What actions can you do? Because when you start taking action and you start spiraling up and like, I have control and I can do great things and I can help in this situation, or I can really be calm and just bring some peace to my day and to my family's day, then you're back in the control mode and you feel much better. Because when we don't feel in control, we feel hectic, right? And it feels very panicky. And you do have control. You have control of yourself. You have control of what you focus on, and to really think about that. Okay. So here's the other part. The next one is to really focus on what's important right now. Okay. So a month ago, when you were a working mom and you were trying to balance everybody and you're running to all the sports and all of the, art and gymnastics and all those kinds of things, or whatever, or you were worried about getting a date, or you were, whatever you're worried about, like that big promotion at work, or what's the drama that at work. None of those things matter right now. None of those things matter. What's really important is to think about what is important right now. Okay, this is a weird season of our life. So whether it lasts another month or 3 months, it is a different season in our lives, and it needs different attention. We can't keep working in the way that we were working and expect ourselves to feel calm and connected. So I think right now, like for me, one of the things is to try to be calm. And I think we're so used to running in our productive mode, right? And getting lots of things done and running from here to there. But that is not what this time or this season needs. This time or this season needs something different. So what is most important to you right now is, lots of people like, I'll clean out my closet and I'll do all these things. And they're actually putting more stress on themselves because they think they have to keep up that pace. Is it okay to slow down? Is it okay to sit down in the middle of the afternoon and play a game of cards with your kids? Is it okay to take a walk? Is it okay to paint? Is it okay to do whatever? But something that is more loving and graceful to yourself in this time of high anxiety. So really to think about what's important right now, and make it a few things, not a lot of things, okay? Make it a few things so that you just have those priorities and you can put a lot of energy into the good stuff and not a lot of energy into all of the other stuff, right? It's such a time for us to be able to go, hey, I can only focus on what's right here in front of me because, I can't, be out till 3 a.m. with my friends drinking. Like, you can be on Zoom doing it, did it last Saturday, but just to think about what's important right now. And I'm going to say it's probably going to be your relationships. And I'm not dictating that to you, but you can really think about what's important to you right now. Some people it's going to be to serve or help out. Some people it's going to be to organize because they need to do that or whatever. But what are just the few things that you want to focus on? The fourth piece of this focus thing is let's figure out. So remember when you learned to ride a bike, right? And the one of the factors about once you start getting on the bike is if you put your focus over here, the bike goes this way. And if you put your focus over there, the bike goes that way. Or if you're driving forward and you look over there, the bike falls over. Like, remember how this works is that what we put our focus on is where we're going, okay? So it's really interesting to think about, where do I want to go? Where do I want that focus to be? I mean, it can be goal oriented, but I'm not even thinking about that. I'm just thinking about, where do I want to go, right? And really to put your focus on that and not to be distracted by all the sidelines that are going to be, to pull you off course, okay? Focus where you need to be and focus where you want to go. We're so busy sometimes looking back, right? Looking back over our shoulder about things we pine for the past or whatever, or we think that was a better day or whatever, and that's not the direction we're going. That is not the direction. So our focus is back here and you're just wrecking your bike, right? So focus on where you want to go, okay? Right now, again, it's a weird time, but this idea of mindset of like, where can I get moving forward and where do I want to go is really an important factor right now. So to really think about at the end of this time or next week or even just today, I want to focus on this. I'm going to calmly focus on that. I'm not going to put a lot of pressure. I'm going to give a lot of self-care and a lot of thought to myself. And I'm going to do fewer things with a lot of focus. Then we'll feel more accomplished. Then you'll know what you were working for and you'll know if you got it done, okay? And even if it's a laundry list of things, that's fantastic, but I would rather you focus on one thing today. And maybe it's just a feeling like, I just want to feel calm and I want to be happy and I want to enjoy the day, or I want to make sure that I make other people's day, right? So calling them or connecting with them, that is the key to kind of thinking. But what's the direction you want to go, not what's behind you, okay? So all of that. One of the things, if you like this, please like it. That one of the factors on Facebook is to have likes or shares. So I would invite you to help me out and if you're enjoying these, please like them and please Right now, the challenge though for the Live It to Learn It challenge. So the idea we do is we live it, so we learn the challenge. So what is one thing you're going to focus on that you want to move forward in? What's one thing that you want to focus on that's important to you today? What's one thing that spirals you up to the more positive, to the more possibility thinking, that spirals you down into like the devastation and despair piece? So please share with us that one thing that you're going to focus on for this, for today, for this week. And I will see you next Friday on Coffee with Christy. Make it a great day. Please, love and be well. And I'll see you next time. Thanks.